crafting gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out. So we're seeing top level Democratic officials in a full panic after Elon Musk and his meddling Department of Government Efficiency just exposed and caught them stealing taxpayer dollars to fund illegal migrants once again. This time it's home loans and mortgages. Guys, I'm excited to get to this one, so now I'm straight into it. All I ask is you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
March 26, where you terminated the mortgages for illegal aliens that HUD was running via Biden's taxpayer FHA plans. First off, hold on, how is this even legal? And I didn't even know that this was happening. What an insane policy.
Yes, well, and Benny, it's so good to be with you. You know, we have taken two very distinct actions, and to this one that you alluded to with the FHA-backed mortgages, we want to ensure that American taxpayer dollars are going to American citizens, and so no longer can illegal aliens receive FHA-backed mortgages, and we want to make it very clear because in the Biden administration, they prioritized illegal aliens over American citizens. And the second action that we took was with Secretary Noem at DHS to make sure that any HUD-funded housing, which is backed by and paid for by American taxpayer dollars, is only for American people. And so illegal aliens that are here in our country will no longer be able to live in HUD-funded housing, HUD-backed housing. Benny, you know, surprisingly to some people, may not be to others, but we have 9 million people living in government-subsidized housing in America. 59% of illegal alien families take at least one part or more of welfare programs in our country, which costs us $42 billion a year. And so as President Trump, Secretary Noem and others have done a tremendous job in securing the border, we want to make sure that we turn off the spigot. So those that are here in our country illegally, we want to make sure that the resources of American taxpayers, that we protect those resources and they are used for American citizens and American citizens only.
I guess I hate to ask a question again, but how is it even how is it legal? I don't understand. Your department is funded by the American taxpayer, right, and that money was being laundered to criminal aliens, and in order to give them housing when most Americans, you know, we have a young company here. There's a lot of young staffers that are in their 20s that want housing. They're desperate for housing. It's too expensive. It's so hard. The mortgage and interest rates are so high, and yet they're able to look across the street from their apartment and see a criminal alien getting government subsidized housing. It's what a prima facie insult to.
Absolutely, it is an insult in the face of the American people. And so that's why we're working very hard with President Trump under his leadership, with the White House, interagency, to make sure that we are prioritizing American citizens. And if you think about it, even at HUD, we only serve 1 out of 4 eligible, those that are in need as it pertains to getting HUD-funded housing. We're only serving 1 out of 4, and we should be serving 4 out of 4. And as you alluded to, those that work on your team and other young Americans are wondering, how can I afford a house either now or in the days to come? And so we have to prioritize Americans, and that's what we're doing here at HUD and in the administration.
Bit of a passion project for me, Mr. Secretary, but I do want to drill down on that. So many young people are being robbed of their chance to start the American dream. You can't start you ain't no man if you don't got land, right? My grandfather used to say. And it's something important, right? Like if you have dirt under your feet that you own, and it's a home that you own, you're more tied into the society. It's less transient. You have more more soil, right, that you wish to fight for. I know that this is certainly the case for me, and I think it's the case for everybody who owns their first home. That's why buying a home is such an important part of getting your life started. What are you doing to make that more accessible for young people?
Yes, sir, you're exactly right. And, you know, we do have a housing affordability crisis going on in our country. Illegal immigration, as we've talked about, is a big part of that. the regulatory environment in our country, which is truly burdensome, is a big part of that. And so we are very focused at HUD when it comes to creating more housing supply. And a big part of that, Benny, is the regulatory environment, taking down federal regulations, taking down local and state regulations to allow the ingenuity and the creativity and the innovativeness of American people to come alive, even as it pertains to building affordable workforce housing. And so I would say to your listeners and those that are in this generation questioning, how am I going to be able to do this? I would say, you know what? Stay tuned, keep working hard, stay faithful, and stay with us, because we're working every day very deliberately to working with private sector, nonprofits, and others to make sure that we can increase the housing supply, bring the costs down, and create more housing for the American people.
So you posted recently, you and RFK Jr., and you said you're going to be working to make housing healthy again. Wanted to expand on this. Obviously, you as a former athlete, RFK, who's in his 70s, who can do more chin-ups than me. It seems like a good pairing. How are you going to make housing more healthy again?
Well, you know, RFK, he's extremely focused on making America overall healthy again as it pertains to our food supply and getting processed foods out and getting dyes out. And he's very well versed in this, as you know. But when you talk about the neighborhoods or the communities in our country, in particular the urban neighborhoods, rural neighborhoods, tribal neighborhoods, in these neighborhoods, oftentimes, they're food deserts, they're health deserts. And so Secretary Kennedy and I and our teams were talking yesterday, how do we make these communities healthy? And when you talk about building affordable housing, workforce housing, he was saying, you know, we need to build even community gardens to get people out and to learn how to garden, to learn how to make and produce their own food, get kids involved, get every generation involved. And, you know, back in the day, historically, in housing projects, there was lead in the paint that was in public funded housing. There was environmental issues. Many of those, some are still left today, but now the new construction is not just making it healthy on the inside, but also on the outside. And so we're collaborating together when it comes to physical fitness. How do we get the kids out, you know, to collaborate with their peers and their friends to exercise from an education standpoint, fitness standpoint, even Benny, from a spiritual standpoint, from a familial, a family standpoint. And so when we talk about making housing healthy again, it's including all of those aspects.
That's wonderful, Mr. Secretary.
Yes,
I live next to a bunch of government housing in Washington, D.C. When I was in D.C., I could, you know, this was a rough neighborhood, but there was a little football field. I coached the 6-year-olds in that football field, and that was it's so important to like have just like the ability to run around and knock heads and to get some activity. It was like the best part of those kids' days, and I just couldn't agree with you more, man.
It absolutely. You know, kids today, they have so many distractions, as you know. They have video games, they have their phones. These, you know, cell phones to me are one of the worst things in this generation, as in particular for our young kids. Kids don't go outside to play anymore, to go run in the grass. If you just, back in the day, you throw a ball in the grass or put a couple balls, man, we used to make up games, you know, throw the ball in the air and whoever catches it, you know, tackle them. And so we want to really encourage young people to get back to being physically fit. And it also helps you from a mental standpoint. Kids that exercise, kids that are involved in sports, kids that are involved in team activities and exercise particularly, they do greater in school. Their behavior is better when they exercise and involved in fitness. And so those things and many more are coming when we talk about making our communities and our housing healthy.
The man knows what he's talking about. He has an image of him during his playing days at the Broncos and at the Redskins, is it, as well? Chargers, Bills, Broncos. I'm sorry, did I dead name the Redskins? I apologize there.
I love it. No, the Redskins, that's what I call them. That's who I played for.
That's right. I'm sure you seem like a guy who gets very easily offended. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. Right?
Come on now. Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those who want to go over there, check that entire thing out. I want you guys to go over there and show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love and support because he's a great guy. Oh my goodness, guys. Talk about unbelievable. I mean, come on. Some of this stuff I could not make up even if I tried. That is like a blatant slap in the face to tell me that our tax dollars behind our back have been getting shoveled off to fund the American dream for these illegal criminal migrants. That is insane. I mean, come on now. I'm here in my 20s, late 20s, and I can't even afford a house. You're telling me that there's illegal migrants getting federally funded housing mortgages? That's insane. The American dream being handed to them on a silver platter and they came here illegally. And this plays directly back to my point that I've been trying to make about all these folks on the left that have been coming after and trying to attack my guy Elon Musk, his Department of Government Efficiency, for bringing this stuff to the light. I mean, they've been knowing about this for how long, letting it go on behind the American people's backs. All because they need an extra vote or two. We know what they're trying to do. This is so sad to see. It really just angers me, especially being someone who fits in that demographic of I can't afford a house, but yeah, I have to sit and watch on the sidelines while the federal government, essentially I am funding these illegals to get houses, mortgages in America illegal. It's nuts. It's so nuts to see. I can't believe some of the stuff that comes out, but this right here is one that we all need to see. I'm so glad that this is brought to our attention. Hopefully we start to see some accountability, some penalty for the folks that are leadership, because who's allowing this to go on? Oh my goodness, guys, hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Comments are open. I'm really excited to hear what you guys are thinking about this. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.